Welcome to Peneda-Gerês National Park, Portugal's only national park and one of Europe's best-kept natural secrets. Located in the far north of Portugal, right on the border with Spain, this incredible place spans over 700 square kilometers, a haven for wildlife, waterfalls, ancient villages, and untouched wilderness. Peneda-Gerês is more than just a national park. It's a living, breathing blend of history and nature, where Iberian wolves roam, wild Garrano horses gallop freely, and ancient Roman roads still cross the landscape. Within the park, you'll find small granite villages like Soajo and Lindoso, where time seems to stand still. Here, locals still use traditional methods to farm and live close to the land. Don't miss the famous Iberian, ancient stone granaries, or the historic Lindoso castle, which has stood guard over this region for centuries. For adventure lovers, there's no shortage of options. Waterfall hikes, wild swimming, canyoning, or simply wandering through fragrant pine forests. This park is also a biodiversity hotspot, home to over 240 bird species, rare plants, and elusive mammals like the roe deer and wild boar. Whether you're here for the wildlife, the hiking, or just to disconnect, Peneda-Gerês offers a raw, real, and unforgettable experience. So if you're planning a trip to Portugal, take the road less traveled and let Peneda-Gerês National Park surprise you. Nestled in the remote hills of northern Portugal, Lindoso Castle has guarded the borderlands for over 700 years. A silent sentinel above the Lima River, it tells the story of conflict, power, and resilience. Constructed in the 13th century, likely under the reign of King Afonso III, the castle was built to defend the young Portuguese kingdom from the neighboring Kingdom of Leon. Its medieval core, with high granite walls and a central keep, was once a powerful deterrent, part of a chain of fortifications securing the frontier. But its role intensified in the 17th century during the Portuguese Restoration War. As tensions with Spain flared, the castle was transformed, reinforced with bastions, angled walls, and artillery platforms designed to withstand gunpowder warfare. From this vantage point, soldiers could monitor and control movement through the Lima Valley, a vital route between the two nations. By the 1800s, as peace settled across the Iberian Peninsula, Lindoso's cannons fell silent. The castle's military importance faded, but its stone walls endured, scarred yet standing. Today, Lindoso Castle is a national monument. Restored and open to the public, it houses a museum that brings its long and layered history to life. Nearby, a field of ancient stone granaries, the Espigueiros, stand as humble companions to the castle. Together they reflect a way of life where defense and survival went hand in hand. Lindoso is more than a fortress. It is a chapter of Portugal's story, written in granite, preserved by time, and echoed through the hills it once protected. In the shadow of the Peneda Mountains, where the landscape rises wild and weathered, lies the village of Soajo, one of Portugal's oldest and most enduring mountain communities. Built from the same granite that surrounds it, Soajo is a village where architecture and nature seem carved from the same hand. Soajo is nestled within the Peneda-Gerês National Park, in the north of Portugal, not far from the Spanish border. Its roots trace back to pre-Roman times, with archaeological evidence of ancient settlements in the surrounding hills. But what truly sets Soajo apart are these, the Espigueiros. Standing like a silent council on a granite platform, these 24 stone granaries date back to the 18th and 19th centuries. They were built to protect maize from rodents and moisture, and reflect a way of life centered on subsistence farming and on community. The platform they rest upon was once communal, a symbol of shared labor and shared survival. For centuries, life in Soajo was shaped by the land and the harsh rhythms of mountain life. Families raised livestock, tended terraces, and followed ancestral traditions tied to the seasons. Even today, traces of that life remain. Communal ovens still bake bread, stone fountains still flow, and small shrines dot the paths, speaking of faith and resilience. Soajo is more than a village. It is a living cultural landscape, a place where memory is not just preserved, but practiced. In a world growing ever faster, Soajo offers something rare, a sense of permanence, of place, and of quiet endurance. In the remote heights of Serra do Laruco, near Portugal's border with Spain, a spring rises from the stone. It is here that the Cavado River begins its journey, a silver thread that weaves through Portugal's northern heartland. From mountain slopes to fertile plains, the Cavado flows through landscapes both ancient and alive. And early in its path, it enters a place of rare and rugged beauty, the Peneda-Gerês National Park. Here, in Portugal's only national park, the Cavado carves through a mosaic of biodiversity. Wolves, wild horses, and golden eagles roam these hills, untouched by time, protected by law. The river is not just a force of nature here, it is a source of life. For centuries, it has nourished the terraced fields and small villages tucked within these green highlands, where tradition runs as deep as the water. Further downstream lies the reservoir of Vilarinho das Furnas, a place where old and new worlds collide. Beneath its still waters lie the ruins of a village drowned for progress, a poignant reminder of what rivers give and what they sometimes take. Leaving the mountains behind, the Cavado softens. It meanders through valleys, nourishing crops and communities across Minho. Its presence is constant, a quiet companion to farmers, herders, and harvesters of the land. The Cavado River is more than a waterway. It is a living story of nature's resilience, human memory, and the gentle power of a river that flows not just through land, but through time. From wild valleys to ancient stone trails, Peneda-Gerês National Park is a must-visit location in Portugal. The The reconnection to nature and the interaction with the natural world is unsurpassed. Peneda-Gerês is not just a national park. It's a living sanctuary of memory, mystery, and movement, where nature and culture breathe as one. Thanks for joining us on this journey through Peneda-Gerês National Park. If you enjoyed the story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And join us next time as we explore more hidden wonders of Portugal and beyond.